Hello, and welcome. Trying this new webcam stream thing out, and be quite honest with you, I don't like all the rolling lines, but appears as though there's not too much that I can do about it at the moment. I wanted to stream with the live camera. I just covered my computer screen up with the towel. Get my my tablet refreshed here, so I can see, get everything in order here. Come on, come on. Let me refresh. There we go. I don't know why it popped that up, but it did. We'll take it. Whatever. The damn thumbnail isn't what I like. I see we got one person watching other than myself. Appreciate you coming on in there. So I'm going to be trying out some new features with this. I'm going to build a table. Right over here is where the CNC is going to go, right next to my laser engraver. This is my newly purchased table saw. I got to make sure that the table's built sturdy, built solid, because if it's not, well, as the CNC moves, the table will move and rock, and I could have a whole lot of discrepancy in play that I don't really need or want to have. So I want to make sure I don't do that. I've got my my screen pulled up here, and I got to really quickly set this. I really don't like that it's got that stupid rolling lines in there, but I'll have to work on figuring that out. It's definitely not what I like. I don't need to run that at 720 either. I can run that at a 480 and I'll be just fine. All right, so at least I got that going. I'm going to leave that there so I can see any comments that are coming in. As I said, we're going to build a table. I have a box here too as well. I'm going to open that up live and run that. We'll see who pops in or doesn't pop in. And basically all I'm going to do in the video here is I'm just going to build the table. So you guys are welcome to follow along. I got screws, I got nails and all kinds of other stuff. And I'm going to end up having to get behind the camera over there. I'm going to end up changing camera positions and showing a few different things. But I am going to build the table, right? So I got this wood pulled out here. We're going to start with the 4 legs, take some measurements and start with the tabletop. It's just going to be a real fast and dirty is what I like to call it. But fast and easy build, just to build a tabletop that can hold the CNC up, because I need to get the CNC off of the floor. The camera's actually sitting on the CNC bed right now on the tripod. So get the tabletop built, and then I can put my CNC over here. So the camera's going to go back and forward from table saw to miter saw station, but primarily it'll be over here, watching and viewing everything that I'm doing over here. Like I said, it's got to be a solid foundation, and I want to take a quick second while I'm here and I'm chatting about this. Solid foundations. Jordy Johnson over at Carving Fusion. A lot of you guys that watch my channel, you watch his channel as well. And if by now you haven't heard, hopefully you'll hear now. Jordy had to start a new channel recently, at least a get 'em by channel, because some piece of crap somewhere decided it was a fantastic idea to go ahead and hack Jordy's channel. So Jordy had 60,000 some odd subscribers. It was a source of income for him, and his channel is currently shut down. He can't get in to access any of his old videos. He doesn't know if he's going to be able to save his videos. He did thankfully have a fan who stepped up, and at some point in time, one of his fans started archiving all of his videos for him, and he's going to send him a hard copy of a whole mess of his videos. If not all of them, a really, really good majority of his videos are going to be archived for Jordy. So he's, I'm sure, ecstatic about that as well. He should be. But yeah, just it's a really, really crappy thing, right? There's people out there that do stuff like that, and they hijack your channel, and it's years, right? Like Jordy's had that YouTube channel for 5+ years, and somebody swoops in and in a few minutes throws 5 years and hundreds, almost almost thousands, right? Jordy had 14, 15, 1600 videos on his channel. That's a lot of freaking work, right? It's a lot of work that you put in your effort, and some jerkwad comes in and steals it, and it's just gone like that. And Jordy's a good guy, right? Like he didn't deserve that. I'm sure the majority of people who get their YouTube channels stolen, they don't deserve it, right? There's some crap bags out there, but I don't feel like Jordy's one of them. I consider Jordy a friend. And that's what's in this box, right? Jordy didn't want me to do a unboxing of it or a video about it, so I'm not going to put this in the official mail call listing. But recently, Jordy had a giveaway on his channel, and it was a chip-in challenge, right? He was buying something, and he was having a few people chip in. And he wasn't asking people to chip in for free. He was auctioning off a whole bunch of stuff. Not really auctioning, but he had a whole bunch of people chip in, including himself, right? He had 3, 4, maybe 5 carvings that he had done personally that people could win. I threw in the making of a pen, which I just shipped out yesterday. Just Carve Rob over at Just Carve Rob, he sent some stuff in. A bunch of different admins, right? Our whole group, we've got a lot of people that are committed to Jordy, right? We appreciate Jordy and all he's done in the carving community. But lots of people chipped into that chip-in challenge. People that I don't know, and I can't remember everybody that did, but there was a lot of prizes. I mean, there was, 10, 15 prizes or something like that. I don't know. But Jordy orchestrated it, right? Jordy put it all together. Jordy came up with the idea to do it. And that was that, right? Like he did what he did to make sure that he had everybody taken care of on what he needed to take care of. And like I said, he's a good guy. He didn't deserve to have people take advantage of him like that. I think it's really crappy that people do that kind of stuff. Yeah, so that's where we're at. So I'm going to open this up live here. We'll see if anybody else pops in and catches me in my chat here. Jordy taped this to all Jordiness. So long story short, I was getting to the point. Jordy had to start a new channel, right? He started a Wood Carving for Beginners, I think is the name of the channel. I didn't grab the link, and I probably should have. Mr. Spike, how are you, sir? How are you? Long story short, if you didn't get over to Jordy's new channel and give him a like, the Wood Carving for Beginners, I think that's what it's called. I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, I didn't grab the link. If you didn't get over there, please help him out. Go and resubscribe to that channel just in case his old channel can't be recovered. Nobody's certain whether or not it's going to be recovered. So get over there, give him a like, all that. You're right, Spike. This does not look like my shop. I did do some cleaning so that I could build a new CNC table. That's what these 2x4s are, and new table saw here too. This not a new table saw, but new to me. Better upgrade from what I had. I spent like $500 on this one used on Marketplace. I gave my old one away because I knew somebody who could benefit from it, and it was not suiting me well anymore. I was kind of burnt out on some things that I had to do with it, so I upgraded my saw. This will not be my final saw, and this will be a intermediate saw until I get the saw that I want, which I'm going to end up spending thousands of dollars on. But it'll be a cabinet saw. But this little guy here is going to suit me just well for a little while, I hope. At least that's my plan. And I'm going to end up having to run an extension cord to this one to plug in and power this up when it's time to cut the plywood. I've got an extension cord over there that I'll grab. Yeah, anyways, Jordy's channel, get over there. Check it out again, Wood Carving for Beginners, something of that nature. You can search Carving Fusion, might pop up too. But he needs our support now more than ever. Get over there, give him a like, give him a subscribe, check his stuff out because it's well worth the time and effort. And so let's pull this guy out here. This is like I said, Jordy did this this contribution challenge, or this chip-in challenge is what it was called, was chip-in challenge. And everybody who chipped something in, I decided to chip something in last minute, and I wasn't even trying to win anything. It was just kind of luck of the draw. I chipped in making a pen and sent that off. And this was an old an old root that Jordy had found. We'll walk this over there. I'll flip the towel off, but this looks really, really cool. I don't know if it'll stand up on its own or not. No, I don't think it'll stand, but he did put a little spot here for hanging the piece up. But this is another Jordy Johnson piece, and he wrote it in marker, Jordy Johnson 2023. He signed it in the back here, so I'll walk that over. Some people have already seen it in his channel. Some people not so much. I'm going to take this towel off so that I can make sure I can see what I'm showing here. There we go. There is the Jordy Johnson piece. We got a little stone that he carved in there. A little smiley face in the stone, kind of smiley face. And then his typical cool stuff that he does. All right, so this is another Jordy Johnson piece. It's going to live in a place of honor and pride within the carvings. Oh, we got Mr. Dibbs in here. Wait, is that Mr. Dibbs? Wax? Maybe that's Dibbs. I don't know. Thank you for tossing that out there, Spike, the wood carving beginner fusion. I can't remember exactly what it is. If somebody knows it, please go ahead and say it. Put it in there, type it in there. I know it won't be able to go as a link, but at least we can type out the name of it. Yes, you will. If you come through here, gorgeous, you'll be in my frame. You have to go through the side door. It is so much more work. My wife is doing some gardening. It's a beautiful day out here with a crispy, I don't know, probably 35 degrees or so. But here we go. That's the Jordy carving. It'll live in a place of honor, as I said. Right now I'm just going to set it down on the side here. Cover my computer back up. And Spike, I will let her know that you said hello, Mrs. Viking, when she gets back into the frame here. All right, so kind of without further ado, I'm going to spin the camera around. I'll show what I can show. I got a little jig set up here for a stop of where Spike says hello, Mrs. Viking. She almost fell down and went boom there. Take my little boards here and set these up so I can just reach around and grab them without too much. I'm going to grab this extension cord while I'm over here, get that plugged into the saw. So I'm not going to plug into, yeah, I guess I can plug into this one over here. I don't want to trip any breakers, so I'm plugging into different spots. Because I hate tripping breakers when I'm in the middle of stuff. And I also don't want to trip over the cord. So I'm just going to move this over where it needs to be and plug on in. Make sure my saw's off. Yep. Okay, got that good. All right, so we're going to turn the camera around and see if I can get it low enough to be able to see everything we need to see. Oh yeah. All right, so you can kind of see here on the left side of your screen right here. That's my stop setup, so I can cut all my boards at the same length for the legs. I said I pulled out an equal amount of boards, kind of giving myself a little space here. All right, and I know right there, I'm going to cut 2 of these for each leg. This is just so I don't have to measure. All right, I already pre-measured this. I know where I'm at on it. So this is one leg, and I'll keep these together so that I don't mix them up. Because mixing them up would be bad. Not really terrible, but I just like to keep the same piece of wood with the same piece of wood. It's the smell of pine. Nice knotty pine. All right, we got 2 legs done here. Get the 3rd one up and over the 2x4. I only placed them there so that I could access them quickly. Three legs, and we'll get the 4th one done up here real quick. This board is a little twisted because all the lumber at Menards was junk. Menards really had some pretty poor lumber. I went through the premium select, and it was neither premium nor select lumber, in my opinion. It was crap, but I only get what I could get. All right, so we got all 4 legs cut. So the idea with the legs here, just so we know why did I cut like this, right? I could, that one cut really, really bad. I must have not pushed that one up all the way. That one's off. So I may have to make another cut. I got to make sure all of these didn't do that. Made a mistake. It happens. That one's good. That one's good. And this is why I buy extra boards. I buy extra boards because mistakes happen. So I don't think that it was going to be longer. I think I just cut one a little bit too short. I don't think I stacked it up right, so I'm going to have to grab another 2x4. This should be about 36 inches, and it is not. That one's short, so I do have to grab another 2x4, make a quick cut, set this 2x4 off on the side. I'll be right back. Grab another board. Hopefully the audio is coming in okay. I'm using the wireless mic that I got a while ago. All right. All right, this should be the same height now. So I could do, yeah, that feels better. I could, if I was so inclined, I could just screw these together and make a 4x4 block, and that would be really, really sufficient. But then when I build the frame, I have to build the frame around the 4x4 block, and when I put in the shelves, I have to cut notches around it. So instead, what I'll do is I'll screw these together like this in an L shape, and then I can build this, the frame, to the inside. And when I put the shelving on there, I don't have to cut any notches. It'll just slide right down inside of it. And that's just personal preference. It'll still be good and strong. Down here, I'll put another piece. I'll cut some that are smaller so that when I mount the legs, I'll make it however high I want it off of the ground, the shelf. And then I'll cut that nice and right. Make them all the same height, and I'll mount this one directly to it when I mount the casters on the bottom, because I'm going to put this on wheels. That'll be all the support that I need. I'll have plenty of space for that. So that wood won't get wasted. Neither will this. Guess what I can do is I can go ahead and screw some of this together. I'm going to grab some clamps, make sure I get this right, and I got to grab my box of screws. And I'm dancing around stuff here. I covered up my drill, not thinking about this, not thinking about what I was doing. I covered up my drill and my impact driver. I think that's what I'm going to use as my impact driver. The impact driver is a little louder, but it's good for driving these screws in. I can go ahead and uncover this screen again. I had covered it back up. I don't really need to. cut open my brand new box of screws here. When you're using different screws for different projects, it's a good kind of a good rule to follow. Your screw should be about 1.5 times the length of whatever you're going through, right? So your screw should come up at least 1.5 way through. This one's about 2. But this is going to give me a good solid 1.25 inches or so to go through the board and into the next one. And all I want to do is turn this around. I got to grab a couple of clamps. Once I get the first one in and it's nice and good, then I don't have to hold them too steady anymore. Just got to grab a couple of clamps. Back that up just a little bit. Hold this down. I'm just using this clamp here just so it stays where I want it to stay. That's all it's for, is to keep it where I want it and keep that end flush. And that one looks good too. I'm going to grab one more clamp and flush up the other side. Like I said, this wood is really poor, kind of crappy wood. Not my favorite run from the old Menards there. And then I can just, I guess I'll start right here, is fine. I know it's really loud. I'm going to put 4 of these in each leg. I'm not going to space them perfectly. I'm just going to kind of space them how I want them. Just eyeball it. I can take this one and move it back just a little bit because I want to get one more down here in this corner area. Right about here is good enough. All right, that's leg 1 done. So that's how we get leg 1 done, right? Pretty good, pretty flat here. That's what we care about, just making sure that everything is right. Then when we build the frame, I can bolt right through the frame. We'll get that done. No problem. Out of the way. Here real quick, who do we got in here? We got Clay. Just checking things, checking things. All right, love it. Pop this one up, we'll do the same thing. Get this guy clamped down. Just kind of hold it still. If I had made it a little bit longer, the tabletop would be a lot higher, and I would be fighting some things that I don't really want to fight, so not going to do that. I'm just flushing this up by hand here. Same thing on this one, just making it nice and even as much as possible. Doesn't have to be super perfect, but I got this little garbage can in my way. All right, 4 more screws. Let's go. The vibration from this throws everything off. I'm dropping stuff up here. It's okay though. Nothing that can't be picked up. One nice benefit of this is you don't have to pre-drill any holes, so you don't really split the wood too much, as long as you go through it in the right direction. This is very, very fast and dirty work. It's not, I'm not trying for any type of precision on this. Not trying to make it look beautiful. Just trying to build the table quickly. Not that I'm pressed for time, because I'm not. But I don't want to spend 3 days building this table either, because it doesn't need that. It doesn't need to be pretty. It doesn't need to be. Oh, that's all I'm doing, is build it. I'm putting the sides that have more torn up spots on it towards the inside. That's all I'm doing. Sounds about the same. It's not going to really matter. And again, this doesn't even really matter. I don't need to put it in there, but I'm choosing to, just being a little preference picky. There's faster ways to do things, slower ways to do things, and right now I'm just doing what I need to do to get this done. Again, no reason for anything super fast on it. Just doing the kind of the minimum on it. Squaring everything up as much as possible. 4 more to go. And after this, we can frame the top and the shelf, and we can cut some plywood. Start assembling. He shoots, he scores. The framing portion is fast and easy. This is really like not much different than framing rough framing a basement or something. It doesn't have to be super perfect, just has to be functional. Lots of other stuff will cover it all up. It's kind of the theory behind it, right? When you're doing rough carpentry or construction, you don't have to be super exact with anything. And that is the exact theory here. I don't need to be super exact. Just a good way to spend a Sunday afternoon. Wood shop. Onto the last table leg here. This one's pretty clean. I want this facing the inside of the corner. Couple good squeezes on that. Have her right and tight. This guy in here. That squeezed together good. So I'm not a carpenter by trade. I've just done a lot of building stuff over my life. I grew up in a poor household. We never had money to be able to pay somebody to do this stuff. So as I got older, it was kind of the same thing. I had to learn how to do what I needed to get done. Quite honestly, that's invaluable. Just having to do stuff yourself and learn how to do it. It's just great job skills. So when I did the design on this, I'm not looking at any paper. I got most of the design just kind of tucked up in my head. I chose 36-inch legs because I have 4 inches worth of casters, which is going to take it to 40 inches. And then the top of the tabletop is 3. So it'll be about 43 inches of height, a little bit taller than this, which means I don't have to crouch to put anything on it. Better for my back to not have to crouch and do anything like that. There we go. 4 legs built quick. Set these clamps aside. Some measurements to do the tabletop, because the tabletop is going to get measured to be quote unquote exact to the dimensions. I'm going to allow for some overhang on the cut board, on the cut tabletop and shelves to cover this. And I'm also going to have to figure out how high I want the first shelf. And I will also to go over the proper side of the joint on that, right? So I'll explain it when I do it, but I'm not going to set these until I have what I need set. I know it's very, very descriptive on my part there. Not great, but all right. So I've got to cut nice and easy, easy shot. I don't think I can get 45 from this same edge here. Nope. I gotta go from the other side. It'll be a little bit less than 45, but I'm just running my tape in here to get me to 45. I'm gonna move my stop block, put it up on the other side. All right, double check this, make sure we're at about 45. We're just barely over 45, and that's okay. Again, fast and dirty. It doesn't have to be super perfect. But I do have to cut 4 of those. Or I'm sorry, yeah, 4. I have to grab another 2x4. 2 more 2x4s actually. Math on the fly here. 45 is not 48, so I can get 2 of these out. Making sure I'm pushing it tight up against my stop block. Put that little guy on the side. I need 1 more of these. Check this one. I don't think, yeah, this will do the trick. All right, we're good to go. Set this piece on the side over here. So now what I need to do is I need to figure out the other side. So I'm going to take a measurement half, and we're going to minus 2 of these, right? Because you got the front and back sides. Just try to picture this out for you guys here a little bit. If you're building a tabletop, right, and this is the front and back, and now you need pieces to go this way, you got to decide if you want it to exceed, which then is extending the front and back. And I don't want that to exceed. I want that to be like this. So I'm going to go 40.5 minus this board and minus this board so that I'm at the right depth. So that's why we're talking 2 boards here. And what we're going to subtract is 2 boards thickness. 40.5 minus 3, which is going to put us at 37.5. We're here for 37.5. And a half. Yeah, that's about right. Putting that right up against there. Double check this measurement here. I'll put my board back up. My stop block board, square it up again, just like I did on the other side. Double check, make sure we're 37.5-ish. Looks good to me. I got to cut 4 of those. One or 2 more 2x4s here in a minute. Got 1. I'll put this guy over here. Keep stacking those up. This should be 37.5. Yep. 37.5 plus 2 of these guys. Just double checking before we make more cuts. And that puts us at 40.5. Perfect, just perfect. Grab some more. But I did. So it is what it is. I live with what I got to live with. And I need just one more. One more of these, and I can start constructing my top and my lower shelf. All 3 of these should match up nice. They do. I like it. Roll the camera back around and we'll start building the other side of it. Set my clamps over here in case I need them. Put this board out of the way. Take my drill. And let's rotate the camera back around. Sure, looks good enough to me. Good enough for the girls I date. My wife would be just happy with it. Checking out some comments. All right, so like I said, these are going to go in between these. All right, so I got to move this here. I'm going to build the top and I'm going to build a shelf. So I need 2 of these. Essentially 2 of these. Take my clamp here. Put one over here just for now. Just going to kind of clamp this together. Again, doesn't have to be super perfect or anything. I'm just going to hold these together so that they don't move. That's all we're shooting for, is no movement. A super great board we got here. So I'm going to have to hold it a little bit, but that's okay. Taking 2 screws. Start the first one just in here a little bit. That moved a lot more than what I wanted it to, which means that didn't clamp up very good. Getting little dings there from the phone. All right, that feels like it's a little better. Close enough. Get the top one in. Gotta do the same thing with this side. This is our other short one here. It is. Set that short one down. So I need to pick this up here. How you doing, Amy Jo? This is, again, I should have a better table for this, and I don't. And I don't want to use my table saw like that. Well, it's almost good like that. Let's see if this helps me at all. Oh, it'll get me close enough. Yeah, it'll get me plenty close enough. Just clamping it down so I can give myself a little wiggle room, make it work. All I'm trying to do is prevent it from moving that way. Split the wood a little bit, but it's okay. Again, this is just a fast and easy build. This is nothing super spectacular. Flip this guy around here. Shove this guy in. I'm not even worried about this being a super square top, because I'll square it up with the board or the plywood when I go to cut that. To cut the top and the shelf, I'll square it up with that. What I did fail to see is that I was putting myself right on top of a knot for this screwing, and that's no good. So I got to try to avoid this knot as much as possible. Good enough. And that is where I messed up. I forgot that I had to make 2 more cuts at the 37.5, but I think I did the short ones first. I had to make 4 more of those because I have boards that have to go in between this. So I had to make that measurement real quick, and I'll make those cuts. I forgot I needed to have that. Yep. Okay, good. So I didn't move my step. I need to do 4 more of the 37.5. So I got 1 board over here that I know I can use. Plus this. Go ahead and flip the camera around again. Get that stop block in the picture. And that was the side that I cut. So continue to go with that as being cut sides. So that's 1. 2. 3. And number 4. Knocked some other boards down there. All right. Now I can set this board down, grab these guys and move those back over to where I need them. And spin the camera back around. All right. So, Amy Jo, Miss Amy Jo. Hubs has gotta go. Oh no. I was gonna tell you, Amy Jo, I sent off Dorothy's package and I threw some stuff in there for you as well. So make sure when Dorothy gets her package that you see her. Where is a pencil? Need a good pencil here. All right. At 45, if I wanted to go at 32 and 16. Sure, that's going to be a little bit off. That's for a 16 on center. That's not going to be right. Well, here's what we'll do. 22.5 is center. So 22.5 is on center. So I'm just putting the 1 foot, 1 foot off because that's going to put me a little further apart than what I want to do. So I'm going to do 10 inches, which would leave a 20-inch gap. I don't want that. Go 9 inches. Will leave me an 18-inch. 8 will leave me 16 inches in between. Which is pretty much roofing on a house or framing on a house. Just marking the edges here, and I'm doing it all on the top side of it. Now all I got to do is measure from edge to center is 14.5. Edge to center is 14.5. So that's okay. We can still do the 14.5 marks here. For the other boards. Yeah, so what I did was I spun this around and I didn't mount this side down. That's pretty cool. Not really. I was wondering why it was making noise. Well, that's why it was making noise, because I didn't clamp this side down and I didn't put this in the right way. So here's the thing with twisted boards that sucks. When a board's twisted, it's really hard to square up one end. And like I said, the old Menards didn't have anything worth a crap. So kind of what I got to do to fix this is I'm going to sink one screw in and make that my pivot point screw. And this one, I got to try to work it around here. So I'll get the screw started, try to pry it as I screw into it. I'm going to get this one started in. Not perfect, but good enough. Going down. All right, well, it looks like it picked back up now. I don't know if the chat is still live. I don't know who all we got still watching or not watching. Looks like we still got 2 people. I don't know, Spike, if you're still here, let me know, or Clay or whoever. If anybody is still watching. All I'm doing is just kind of setting this up so I can run these last 2 in here. Hold that still. Grab a couple of screws and run these in. Right on the line. That is the end of that battery. Looks like the feed is frozen again a little bit. It's kind of coming in choppy, which is not fantastic. A fresh battery, thankfully. There we go. Let's put this guy in here. I get people messaging me when I'm not live streaming. Nobody wants to talk to me. Yeah, it is just buffering nonstop here. It's dumb. I don't like it. Flip this guy over. The other benefit of using these clamps like this is to keep the top and bottom side flush. So when you put your tabletop on, it doesn't have any bows or things you don't want in it. This one just so happens it's going to line up right on a knot. Got it in there about as much as I can get it in there. All right. This one is done, right? So that's what it kind of looks like, right? You frame it in, you get it all right, and this will be a shelf or the top, whatever you choose. Same thing with these guys here. That looks good enough for me. Man, this is really buffering hard. Seems to be buffering a range extender for the internet. All right, doesn't look like anything too important. Just gonna set this up here, get it squared enough. Good enough. Keep hearing something over to my right there, like something's going through some bags or something. Could be a mouse. I do have some mice in and around my shop here. Just a little common field mice, that's all it is. Good enough. That is what it is. I'm going to close out my feed here and then open it back up. All right, doesn't look like it's doesn't look like anybody's commented, at least on my end. It doesn't look like it. If you guys are, guys in. Take these and move these out of the way. Remove a lot of this stuff out of the way, actually. Move it over to the old, move this guy over here as well, because we're going to get ready to do some table saw cutting. Put this up over here. Yep, looks good, okay. So the new table saw has cast iron top, and I did put paste wax on it, but I like to leave a saw, or I like to leave the towel on it just for moisture purposes or whatever. Disconnect this because I am going to change the blade. I don't need that super fine tooth blade on there. Not that there's anything wrong with it. Just not a blade that I would typically use too often. So we got that locked in. There we go. I'm in here. Grab a from the previous owner. Throw those aside. And I did shut off or unplug it, so I'm not sticking my hand into a live saw. Haven't ever changed the blade on this one before, and it's got this little like locking piece in there that prevents the blade from popping out on you. I don't know exactly what it's for. I didn't read the owner's manual because it didn't come with one. Lots of things don't when you buy them from a marketplace or whatever. I got to check and make sure that I'm even still providing audio here, because I don't know if batteries are dead on my microphones. Okay, blade is officially swapped. Put the spider blade down back in here. All right, so I wanted to cut my, let me check, make sure my battery's still good. Showing I still got battery over here. And check my receiver before I continue on, because it looks like I don't have any. Oh, yeah, it does look like I got, I need to replace some batteries on this guy over here on my receiver, which probably means I need to replace batteries on my, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to replace them on my unit on the camera first. We're going to see some shaking. I'm going to go ahead and shut this off real quick. You'll see some shaking on the camera here for a minute. All right, we are full battery on that now. Hey, what's up, Matt? How are you, sir? Just checking my battery levels here. All right, I'm still good on this one for now. All right, got my battery levels checked and good. Looks like those stupid lines are still there in the video. I'm sure that has everything to do with the LED lights, probably causing interference, or maybe because I have to have the camera plugged into the computer and it's picking up power. Not 100% sure. But okay, let's crank this guy down. We're not going to need all that. I know I'm going to be about 3/4, so I'll use a piece of 3/4 plywood to measure it. Get my blade set where I want it, which is, I like to set it to where I'm in between just barely poking out and about halfway through the gullet. Different people have different opinions. That's just what I like to do. And let me take a measurement real quick and see where I want to be. I think I wanted to do 48 by 44 is what I think I was trying to do. Yeah, that seems right. 48 by 44. Now I'm not going to be able to get all that on this, so I have to set my fence accordingly. This is a much bigger and heavier fence than what I've had before. But what I got to do is figure out my size of the board here and how much I want to take off. So I got to measure how much I want to take off between here and there, plus the blade girth. And it doesn't have to be exact. That one's 48, so we're not going to rip off of that side, and that side is just under 48. So I'm just looking at grain pattern, not that it matters, but I'm looking at the grain direction on this. I want to go to 44 here. There we go. Now that's in right. If I want to grab this, I want the grain running that way, and that has to be, I want the grain running this way. This has to be the 48-inch direction. Nope, 44-inch direction. Okay. Is that what I want? It is what I want. So if I'm going to take 4 inches off of this, so all I'm really doing is, I didn't want to account for the blade kerf, so I put the 4-inch mark on this side, so I'm legitimately taking off 4 full inches off of the blade, and I'm not having to account for the blade kerf. It's like that right there. So I just put the 4-inch mark here on this side of the blade, so I'm letting that part do all the work for me. And I'm going to grab my earphones and a quick drink. And this is actually the first time I'm ever going to have been cutting with this saw. So we'll see how the inaugural cut is. I'm just going to miss everything that I need to. And yep. Okay, so I already hooked up my vacuum. All right, so that first cut, that should have me at the 44 there. I didn't need that to be perfect. I'll save this nice piece of scrap. And now, the other one has to be a bit more accurate. I've got to cut it specifically for the shelf. All right, so this is going to be the shelf, so I have to make sure that when I rip this, that board is going to fit inside of the frame of the legs. So we need 45 by 40 and a half. So I got to look at this and make sure that I'm doing this the right way. I want 40 and a half, and I want the grain, so I'm going to make the 40 and a half mark. On this piece. And then I want, the other one was 45, I believe. Yep, 45. All right, so I got those measured out. I can get this out of the way. Because when I do this, I'm not going to screw the top one. I'm going to screw down. I don't know that I'll screw the lower shelf down. Maybe I will. Probably put a few screws in it, like 1, 2, 4, 6, 8. Probably 8 screws into that one. And my T-square is all the way over here on the back side of this. I guess I don't really need it. We'll mess and muck with what we got to mess and muck with. All right, so let's cut this side first. We need 7.5 inches. Take this up, bump it out, and see how accurate this is. Does that look like 7.5 to me? Pretty darn close. Seven and a half is actually going to be just a little bit too big. So we're going to bump this in just a smidge. See where we're at. All right, that'll be good. At least I hope. So make this first cut. What? Yes, I'm still live streaming. What? Do I have popsicle sticks? No, not really. Like I got a couple, but not a ton. I got a couple, but not a ton. All right, looks like Spike is back. I think I did get a new table saw, Matt. The old table saw was causing me too many issues where I had to pull up on the blade while I was cranking to get it up, and I didn't like it. And this is overall a bigger upgrade. It's a little bit larger table size. It's a cast iron top. It's a better fence system. Just an overall better saw. It won't be my final saw, but it is a better saw for now until I do get the saw of my choosing. When I get that saw, I'm going to end up spending a few $1,000s. All right, so that should be that didn't even come close to 40 and a half. It's okay. That side came kind of close to 40 and a half. This side, not so much. All right, so that was off by quite a bit. Now I got to look and see on this. This is cutting square, about 1.25 inches. 1.25 inches. All right, so that should be cutting square. It just must have been my cut there. I get down to about 3 inches. Oh yeah, I don't like how much wiggle there is in that, to be honest with you. Might have to see if I can tighten that up. Account for that blade kerf a little bit. A little bit more. That'll be close enough. Now let's see. Hey, until it's gone, how are you, sir? All right, I was just reading some of you guys' comments. Let's make this next cut. That looks about right. All right. Should be able to take that down. Should be able to put this back. It's a little bit chilly in the garage here today, in the shop, the garage, whatever you want to call it. It is a little bit chilly. It's about 33, 34 degrees here in Michigan, where I'm at least. All right, so now I can get this squared up and away here. Which side do I want as the top and which side do I want as the bottom? That's the question. Doesn't really matter too much. Seems like that fits all right. So I'm going to take a couple clamps, put it on the corners. So when I go to drill this down, it don't move on me. Like I said, I'm going to sink probably 2 screws into each side of this. This is going to be the inside of it. Take this clamp and I'll catch the next corner. This is why I wasn't too concerned with having it be super squared, because I'm going to square it up with this board here, this piece of plywood. Take a look at this side. Yeah, I think that's all good. I need to grab some smaller ones. 1 5/8 will work. Maybe I'll do 3. Instead of 2, I'll do 3. No specific placement, I'm just throwing them in. I'll probably do more on the top. See how these hold up. So now I've got that side squared up. I can try to square this side up more if need be. I don't think I need to. I'm just kind of eyeballing it from the edges to the middle, not really being real specific. I don't even think I'm going to put any in the middle to put it on the edge of the where I ran the boards here. I don't even think I'm going to put any there. I think I'm going to be just A-okay with what I got here and go right around the ends. On the top where the CNC will sit, I'll put more in there. I have to go and dig and find some more of these guys because I'm running low over here. Yeah, what the heck? Maybe I will. I'll throw one in at each of the cross spots here. Only got a handful of those. I have to reach in and grab my my T-square. Reach around as much as I can to get to it. There we go. Put it in from this way since I got the clamp in my way over there. So all I'm doing is lining the T-square up with the center line of the board there. And then just kind of eyeball it right here. I know I'm not going to miss that stud. Same thing on this side. That's it for that. Set that down, grab my clamps. Good thing I got long arms. So this is the lower shelf. Lift with my legs. Now this one is going to be offset because I only want part of the, I don't want that board centered on this. So I'm going to square up 2 edges of it and have overhang only on 2 sides as kind of like a little shelf in front of the CNC and on the side of the CNC. So I can use it to put different cords or maybe even drop bits or whatever in it. That's the plan at least. And then when I do that, I am going to have the exterior of the legs are going to hang off on one side. So it is going to leave me with a little bit of exterior hang off. Maybe what I'll do before I mount anything down, because it looks like I got a lot, maybe I will kind of center it. Just look and see what I got when I go to put a leg on here, what that's going to look like for me. If I put this here, that leaves me a little bit there and not a whole lot of it here. So I just kind of got to decide how I want to do this. Not a huge deal. It's just a preference how I'm trying to do this. Maybe what I'll do is I'll mount these boards on here, these feet on here first, the legs. Maybe I'll do that first. Yeah, yep, I think that's what I'll do. I'll mount the feet on first and then square everything up. Take this guy off. And what I was going to say earlier, I was trying to talk about in the video and how I want to do this. So when building this, I want the long side of this to overlap where these two are connecting so that the joint on this, the going through the end grain is not strong. So if I anchor here and I anchor here, now I'm going through face grain on both sides, which makes this corner really, really strong. And it'll provide for a heck of a lot less movement. And I can still go into the end grain here if I need to. But it'll just make everything a heck of a lot stronger on that corner and that joint. So I think that's what I'm going to do. It's how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to kind of make it all as square and tight as I can and proper and do what I got to do. And I don't think I'm going to screw through the end grain on this because I've already split it. And I'm probably going to split it again when I go to mount this leg. Let's check some comments here, see what we got going on. Long time no speaky. Yeah, it's been a long time since you could see the walls and the floor. And it's really not that clean and tidy. I just haven't shown you guys the rest of the mess. The wood bomb is still in here, that's for certain. See you later, Matt. Thanks for swinging in, buddy. Before I do this, I want to mount my, however high I want that shelf to be, that bottom shelf. So I'm going to make marks on this and know which ones I'm doing what for. I know that the wheels are about 4 inches. So if I go another 4 inches up, that's going to give me about 8 inches off the ground, and it's going to give me a good platform in there. Yep, so we'll go about 4 inches on it. So we're going to make a bunch of 4-inch block cuts. I'm going to make that one a bottom side. So I'm going to mark all these now so that when I'm putting everything in here, I'm not getting mixed up and jacked around about what I'm trying to do. And got to make sure that I'm marking them in the right spots. So far I am. And then I'll set up my jig over here, cut four 4-inch blocks. I got to make sure that my caster wheels are going to be the right ones. And make sure that when I go to throw those on, that the space that I'm giving myself here, that I'll have actually enough to mount on it. And that is the direction I want on that. So I'm going to grab one of my casters real quick, take a look at the measurements on that for the screwing on. Right, so I want to make sure that when I screw this on, that adding the 2x4 where I'm going to add it, and that looks like that'll be plenty. By adding that other 2x4 in there, I'll have plenty to mount to. Right, so if I take one of these small blocks here, and I'm putting it here, what I want to make sure is that these screw holes have enough meat to grab everything. And they will. So I'm going to set up a stop block for 4 inches, put my caster back. I'm going to cut a bunch of 4-inch stops. Dance around here. Turn the camera around. I'm stepping all around my CNC here. Set up a stop block for 4 inches away. Enough. And I should probably do this from the other side because I'm right-handed. It's always easier to read the tape from the other side. That's close enough. But it's easier to cut the other way. Yep, pretty damn close to 4. And minimal waste. Other 2x4 projects. So those little chunks of 2x4, I still got a couple extra 2x4s, so I got pretty much everything I need built. Swing the camera back around. Sure, right about there. I want to see if the longer screws are going to be too long. Nope, those will work okay. I'm good with that. Good enough. Of course, my drill's all the way over here. And this is what I marked the marks on it for. So I know those are going to be the bottom sides. And that split the wood there a little bit. That's okay. Put that one away. So we know this one's going to go here. Got that squared up enough. A couple more of these guys. I'm mounting these diagonally, just because it's a little bit better. I have to use less screws. This one's going to go here. I'm kind of just spacing them out where I'm going to put them. See if I still got, yeah, looks like I'm still going with audio. Still got battery over here. Now, if I felt so inclined for the one that's split, and I still might do it, I might go ahead and just cut another 4-inch block and then remount that, because I don't like that it's split. I probably will do that because it's going to affect me when I go to put the casters on. Then I'm drilling into split wood, and I don't like that. But I'm going to wait to make that cut until after I finish these. That way, if I have to cut more than one, I'll already have it set up and ready to go. And I can just cut what I need. Looks like I only need one more, so I am going to go ahead and do it. I'm just going to cut what I need to get one more out of it. So I'll make a quick cut here. Still had it set up, so it's not a big deal. This one that's split, let me get rid of this big split, right? That split comes all the way down. Get it in frame here. That big split comes all the way down. When I try to anchor in, it's going to split again, and I don't want that. Getting ready to go a little bit too fast there and end up messing myself up. Almost didn't put the clamp on it. I would have been trying to hold it and clamp it and do everything at the same time. That wouldn't have been any fun. Son of a bitch. Split again. That one split too. Can I get one that doesn't split, please? This is what I hate about sometimes going to the big box stores. Some of their lumber is just junk. Hopefully this one will be better. Hopefully no more splits. Let's try it again. That one split too. I'm going to cut it off of a different 2x4 because maybe that first one, second one, and that one were all off of the same board. Just picking one that looks nicer. But I don't want to keep punching hole after hole after hole in this either, so. All right, maybe that was it. Maybe it was that the 2x4 that I had just had a really poor spot in it. So it just didn't want to sit right there, so I just backed it off and redid it. I think now it's okay. And now let's check out some comments here. See what you guys are talking about. All right, looks like you guys haven't really said too much, and that's okay. That's A-okay. All right, gotta figure out how I want to do this. Maybe I'll do two sides. That's right, I'll do these two sides first. That way I can pull the table off and finish the rest of it up. How should I do this? I want all this stuff to sit nice and flat. That's going to mean I got to spin it around and do it differently. And I don't really want to go on the tabletop like that. trying a couple of things here. I know I got the bottoms right. Let's see if I try this. Oh, yep, that's about perfect. Shouldn't have to fight that much at all. Reaching into the wrong box. Battery's dead. Of course, hopefully the other one's charged back up now. Looks like it is. I'm gonna have to invest in some bigger Milwaukee batteries. Just deciding on how I want to drill into this is all, or screw into this. And one more. Now that leg should be really very solid. And that is not the one that I want. Which means that this one should work. Looks like I need a little shim. Yeah, I think that'll work. Grab 4 more screws. What's the drill? Drill into these guys here. I'll have 2 of the legs on. That split that one. That was a no-gooder. think we found the board that was causing all my split trouble over there. Yeah, that raised it up quite a bit. Grab my little wedge. Maybe I should not try to balance on such a small piece. We'll go with the other side first. Get this one done. Grab this guy. All right. 4 more screws. Rotate this a little bit, turn it. So I get the same type of thing going on here. The only problem with doing a table like this is that when you're trying to get an uneven surface, unless you have adjustable feet, good luck. And if you're putting it on casters, you don't have adjustable feet. That's just the way it goes. It's one of those quote unquote one or the other type of things. But at least we're getting it done. It's been a minute since I've been out in my shop to do anything productive like this. Really had to peel myself into it. up, before I flip it up, I'm going to mount the wheels on it, so I don't have to spend all that time with the harder, heavier stuff. Yep, so I'm going to mount the wheels on it first. That way I don't have to fight all that extra weight, putting those back on. And I look for more of those screws real quick. I'm pretty sure I have them over here. Maybe I have them in my little drawer over here. Check that. It's pretty positive I lost one of those. Before, it's positive, it's pretty positive of it. And what I have is 1.5 inches. Not exactly what I wanted. 1.5 inches is a little bit better, but that'll do. That'll do. These are the same size. They're not. It's okay. That can work without a washer. Not these. Maybe I have washers. Or not washers, I don't know. Maybe these guys. A little bigger. Nope. Don't like it. Don't like it. You got some of these guys. These are for a different application. But the heavies. Oh yeah. Yeah, okay. It's gonna be these guys. It's gonna be regular Joe, not the impact driver. Improvise, overcome, adapt, yeah. Something like that. Pretty sure there's somebody out there that says that stuff. Step 4 of these. Get these kind of somewhat squared up. Sure thing, I like it. I'll call it good. This way is adapting on an even floor, which most of us don't. Not perfectly, especially concrete, not perfectly flat. It kind of sucks to do this kind of thing, but you can get some wobble. And I'm anticipating I'm going to get some wobble. If I do, I do. Not going to make a major deal of it. Because I can't. Just got to deal with what I got and move on. Make a big deal of it and then help me, eh? How do I have you? How do we got on the stream right now? I can't even see from this screen. Oh, okay. Now let's see what we got some comments in here. Let's see. software updates right here installed apparently. Dial-up voice going on. Audio's messed up, great. Alright, let me check the batteries. No. How's the audio sound right this second? Okay, not okay. Is the audio sound okay or not okay? Give me some feedback. Could be, I don't know. Still showing I got battery on here. It would be surprised me if the audio was super jacked on this. These were starting to go. No good. No good. Maybe let's see frequency wise. Any better? See if that's any better maybe. Hopefully who knows. Check the batteries over here. There you go over here when you look at the frequency. Didn't give me much of frequency on that. No, no better. No, hold on. Let me have to run inside. That's all stream today. Alright, just threw brand new batteries in. Does that sound any better now with brand new batteries in? Hopefully, maybe. Guess we'll find out. Don't want that spot. Sound any better? This thing just popped off. I didn't ever like the stupid. Oh, I know. me try a different channel. Maybe that would be better. See if that's any better. Different channel. Went to a way different channel. Mute the internet stream. I don't know how I can do that. At least I don't know how to, at least. Sure, I probably could. Just don't know how. I'm going to go ahead and get back on the working here. See if it does anything better. I did change the channel. Sure you guys let me know if it's better or worse. Or the same. I really think the LED lights are doing a lot. It's actually not the camera down because I'm running on an external microphone, not the camera's microphone. I have a boom mic for the camera that I haven't used. But yeah, I'm only using the external mics. And these used to be really good. So was the previous pair that I had. I think it's something to do with the LED lights, to be honest. Because even the set I had before worked really, really good for a minute. And I think the LED lights just interfere with it. Could be wrong, but it's my personal thought. Once I put LED lights in the garage, I had more problems. Unfortunately, finding something that's not LED right now and reasonably priced is a task. I wonder if that was by design. It sounds much better or just a little bit better, Spike? I put pretty much everything on my shop, or in my shop on wheels. I found ordinance and I can get everything out of the way. I gotta clean it or reorganize or whatever. Yeah, I think the lights make a big difference because when I test it in the house, I don't get those lines. When I bring it out in the garage, I do get the lines. So I definitely think the LEDs are playing a part to do with a lot of the electronics. I think I'm just going to blame it on President Trump. That is his fault. There's no other reasonable explanation. Must be Trump. All right, wheel on. Switch back to the other inboard driver. Moves the screws back. We'll leave this side out for putting the top on this when I flip it back over. Put these screws back. Let's see. Yeah, it could be. Like I said, I tried to invest in good range extender, which is actually right next to the camera over here, hoping that it would help with that issue with the lagging and everything. Clearly, it has not helped with any of that. It's kind of a bummer. And dug into a little bit here. All right. Yep, so that's going to make it nice and high when I put this other thing on here. That'll be a nice high top. I'm going to have a good height for this bench under here as well. Fight it a little bit. Ouch. All right. Now I can grab some screws. Work my way around the bottom there. I hope I get the audio fixed too. That's weird. It sounds good now because I didn't do anything else. Where'd my little clamp go? It's not the one I had. Where'd it go? Oh, way over there. Okay. Grab my clamp. Just going to put 2 screws in each of these, one on each side. Leg to go. Figure out which side it be the quote-unquote front side. Which I think I'm going to have it be this side here. I don't like that that's split. Neither of those are split. That's a little more flush. Okay, yeah, fine. We'll do it that way. Yep, we'll let that front overhang just a little bit. Switch this out. Use these little guys. And I gotta make sure that I line this up right. Two inches will do me. And I'm not really spacing these out perfectly. Pretty much going 16 for the most part. Maybe not quite. About 14. Get this all lined up here. We can go every 12. Putting a lot more screws in the top. That one missed. That was hot. There we go, that feels better. $24. I'm just using the T-square so I know I'm hitting the board. Do the same thing over here on this side. And then I'll run all my middle ones. All right, I just gotta see where I'm at to these guys. 16, 16. I don't have my pencil. All right, chuck my pencil aside here. Let's see, what do we got here? All right, cool. You guys are just conversating amongst yourselves. Is that my 16 mark? Yes, it was. Where did I go? There. And one final side here. And essentially, that's pretty much it. The table is built. And I'm going to slide it into this spot right over here, right next to the laser booth. But essentially, that is a built and complete table. I'm going to change the camera angle and make sure you guys can see where I'm sending it. Yeah, you guys can kind of see it, but I'll get all this stuff in the way. So I'm going to crank up the camera here. And give her a little rotation. And you guys can see exactly where it's going. All right, about there. Lock her down. Then the CNC will slide in there, and that's where it goes. So CNC will sit up here. I can still make it to my window to uncrank some stuff. I'm going to have to hang the hose for the shop vac for sweeping all this stuff up. Also means I got to put the CNC on here. See if my wife was willing to help me with that. I don't know if she's going to be able to. She doesn't really, or want to. She doesn't like being on camera too much. It's not her gig. Unplug the table saw since I'm done with that. Also, so I can get the table saw out of the way, to put this up here. Taking some stuff out of the way here, clear some space, because that CNC is not a lightweight thing. And then I got some stuff I got to bring back in the garage and move around and shift, put away. Get some stuff out of the way here before I even ask for my wife to help out. She'll probably yell at me for even attempting to say, hey, come and help me while the live stream is going. And I can't not tell her, because then she really will hurt me in a really bad kind of way. She'll just hurt me and continue to hurt me on camera, and at least I'll have proof of how violent she can be. And what I'm going to do is crank the camera down here, and I'm going to lift the tripod up, set her down in a different spot. Like I said, it's sitting on the, currently it is sitting on the CNC. So I got to try to move this and have enough space to do what I need to do. And it's not going to like that either. I have to move the computer all the way over. Sorry for all the disruption here. You don't give me but maybe a 2-foot cord for the charging cable on this. And the charging cable is what's used to connect to the computer. So I have to make it a point and a priority to purchase something else. There we go. Just to get something a little bit longer. That might even help me too with the issues with the lines in there, what have you. All right, let me read some comments here. Appreciate the spot on comment. Let me run inside and ask my wife if she's going to be so gracious as to help me. We'll see if she is or is not. Looks like I still got a bunch of sawdust. Roll this sucker out of the way a little bit. This big lad. I don't know that I'm going to make it all the way through here. Nope, not with that in the way. Big old heavy piece of slate, granite, I use for checking flatness on my cutting boards when I do them. All right, tight fit, all clear. All right, so now I got to plot this and plan this out in my head. Pick it up and rotate it Slide it straight back. Okay. Locking all these wheels down. All right. Flip my mic back up as it has let go of the sweater. My love, you help me? You help? You help real quick? Put the CNC up on the table. Yeah, the table's built. Yeah. It was pretty fast, just a fast and dirty, easy build. Yeah, if you want to wait for the live stream to end. It'll be ending shortly after I put the CNC up there.
Oh, I'm not getting on video.
Come on.
Nope.
Help.
Nope. Tell them goodbye. Good night.
Help me.
Good night.
Help me.
Nope. I'll come out and argue with you. I'm not getting on there.
Why?
No.
You're so beautiful. It'll increase my views.
No, it won't.
Yes, it will.
I'm a hot mess right now.
You're hot. You're never a mess.
I'm completely a mess.
You're never a mess. You're only hot. You're wonderful and beautiful, and you'll increase my subscription rate.
Oh, I thought you were building the other.
No, I said I was building the CNC table so I can get the CNC off the floor.
Oh, okay.
That's why I need your help.
I'm not helping you while you're on live.
Help me.
No.
Help me.
I am.
Why?
Because no. Turn it off. Say bye, everybody.
I do nice things for you. Spike is laughing at you right now.
Well, that's great. I'm glad that I'm the class clown right now.
Spike said, "Come on, Mrs. Viking, show yourself."
No.
You already are.
Yeah, I am here?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's beautiful. What are you doing right now?
You're not hiding very well.
What way is it at?
It's pointing this way, but you stepped into here. Oh, you're fine.
Still in pajamas.
Spike says I got to turn the camera off. All right, I'm going to turn the camera away since you are not trying to help me increase my subscription rate. There, the camera's turned away. I'll grab it from this side. So we're going to roll it out, lift it up, and set it right on there just with the back facing the wall. Okay?
I am.
Hang on. Yes, I just had to get to a spot where I can. Go to the right.
Oh, you told me I got a little tired. I'm short. I got short girl problems. Okay.
Okay, I can manage from here. Thank you.
You're going with me.
No, not yet. I'm not done with this yet.
That wasn't the deal.
Yeah, it was.
No, it was not.
Yeah, it was. Okay, I'm turning the camera back this way. You're going to be in the shot. Run, run, run. I know, I'll move it in a minute.
I'm taking your truck.
No.
Yeah, with all that stuff sitting just like that.
Nope.
Watch it happen.
You watch it happen. My wife is running out to go and get some pizza for the family. So what I did was I wanted a little space between the laser booth and the CNC, and I wanted a little shelf in the front because I got all these power cords and everything to hook up, and I wanted a good spot for those to sit, right? So I made it so it'll be able to go directly against the back here. I'm going to take the wheels off, a lock. A whole bunch of vacuuming I got to do. I ordered a balancer for the vacuum hose that's going to come in, but this is pretty much the entire setup here. push this sucker out of the way a little bit. So I got all these wires here that I got to sort through and play with. And I got boards and such and plugs and things and all kinds of stuff to figure out where's and how's. Uh-oh. That might not have been good. Oh, that might not have been really good at all. Had a wire get pinched. I might end up having to replace that wire. Eek. I hope not. If I do, I do. It's my own fault for not taking it out of my truck, but I have a wire that's smashed in here. I hope it didn't break. We'll find out though. Get all these wires out from the wrong spot onto the right side of everything. At least try to. Make sure I got nothing in the wrong direction. Yeah, so I wanted space for all these wires and everything. It's essentially what I was shooting for. And I made it so that I can mount some of this stuff on the 2x4 underneath if I'm able to, or if I have a way to. The power supply, I don't think that's I think that's something that I'm going to be able to do much with. That's for the router. I got to plug that in somewhere where it's going to be able to go. Probably going to get a surge protector I can put in here on this side so that I can get multiple things plugged in. This little guy here, I don't see any real good way to hard mount that. I'm going to just clean up a bunch of these wires and kind of zip tie them together, get them right, get them in the right area at least. Have it not be so much spaghetti. There we go. Get this out of the way here. Just try and clean up all these wires as much as I can. Trying to feed them through and do what I got to do. Untangle them here. Where's this wire go to? That's where it goes to this guy. Yep, these two guys here. Move those up and out of the way. That guy out of the way. All right. Grab me a couple little zip ties. I think I still have some up here. I just want the little guy zip ties. I don't want the big ones. I don't know where I put all the little ones. I know where they're at. I just got to get to them. Guess I can easily get to it here now that this is somewhat out of the way. Where are all the little ones that I got? I know I've got a whole bunch. There we go. Whole bunch. I'm not going to clamp them down real tight. I'm just going to make them so that they don't get crazy. I don't really like wires being all over the place. It's just pet peeve of mine, I guess. I don't like it being all wild and crazy. Just gonna put one zip tie on this power cord. So I think I'll put a surge protector right here. Let's see what we got. And this guy, I don't even remember what this one goes to. Goes to something somewhere. What does it plug into? I gotta remember. I think it plugs into the back of here. Yeah, sure, call that good. I don't remember what that one goes to. Plugging a bunch of stuff up and in. I'll make sure I leave that power switch exposed. Should have done some of this before I even loaded it in the truck. I didn't. The guy that I bought it from, super good guy, fellow woodworker. Nice of him to give me a good deal on this and want to see people succeed. You don't see that a lot in life anymore where people are like that. Where they just genuinely want to see others succeed as well as themselves. It's kind of a rarity anymore. I'll have to figure out where all these other wires go and how they operate, what they do. My buddy will help me with that if need be. I did not hook this sucker up the way that I should have, as in getting it done immediately when I got it home. Sat in the back of my truck for a couple of weeks before I got around to doing anything, which is not the way I should have done things. But as life is busy, is what it is. I'll figure out how all this is going to go, where it's going to go. I might end up having to notch out a little bit on the side here to get to the surge protector maybe, who knows. Look at this thing. Do I have any USBs on that? No. Oh, I think this just goes to the computer. That's what that's for. Okay. That's to hook up to the computer. So I think that can just stay like that. This guy here, I'm going to run around the back side here. This little block here is for getting your zero position. I think that's good. I'll leave that like that. A couple zip ties on this guy. I wasn't even going to live stream this today, but live streaming it was actually part of the motivation for me to get it done, was to throw a little bit of content up on the channel, but still also get some work done. There we go. And this little guy, I don't know what this connects to. It's a ground of some sort, but I don't remember what it connects to, so I'll have to leave that sit until I know exactly what that's supposed to do, where it's supposed to go. And the old computer wire, bring that up in and around the front here, because I think I'm going to have some kind of a table here for that. I think I'm going to try to tuck this in underneath it. That'll fit nice. I'll leave this here. That way, yeah, like I said, I just wanted a little bit of a ledge here for putting stuff like the different router bits, right? So I can leave my different bits that I'm going to need and use for it right there. I've also got a bunch of tools and stuff here that are for it. I wanted to have a spot for these guys. These different type of things, right? I wanted to have a good spot for setting these down. All right, I can leave them here, put them up on this, whatever, but I wanted to have a good spot for lots of this stuff instead of just the stuff on the side here. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. Don't really know much else. So when I get everything set up, vacuum hose will go here, help vacuum some stuff out. Got the router here, everything that's in position. I have a laser that hooks up to this as well, that my buddy was nice enough to give me. And yeah, I think everything is in order, I guess, is best I can say. Looks like my wife just got back. Sounds like she just got back at least. Slide this guy back into where he's supposed to go. Worried about that. I think that'll move out of the way. That's out of the way enough. Yeah, I think that's okay. I got a whole bunch of stuff I got to move back in now. Stuff to put in places, but there she be. That's the thing. Let's see, what's we got here? Fix some guttering to the side. And that would act as a cable tray. Yeah, not a bad idea. Thank you, John. Appreciate you coming in and checking it all out. Yeah, for sure. Like I said, he's a super cool guy. Thank you until it's gone. Appreciate it. He is a super cool guy, and he is definitely one of those people that likes to see other people succeed. He's not all about just him making as much money as he can and not having any competition. Like I said, we're both woodworkers. We both do similar type stuff, but he is just as eager about me succeeding as I am about him succeeding. So it does make a difference when you got that kind of good people around doing good things. Wife, are you trying to come back through? Nope, sounds like she just went around to the front of the house, which is okay. I'm gonna pull my table saw back in here now. I got a whole bunch of other stuff I gotta pull back in and set up, get things in the right spot. But that was a needed task because I had to get my my space back where I had my CNC sitting on the floor. Things were just getting quite a bit too tight. So I had to have that done before I could continue on with other projects in my shop that have been patiently waiting far too long. Now I can get back onto some other things. And that should help me out quite a bit. I'm actually going to throw some wood and some other things in here that need to go in there, stuff that's for the CNC, and I might even put another shelf on here later. Another reason why I put it on wheels is so that I can put things in place where I need to put them, and I can slide some things in there, different jigs and things of that nature that'll help me out a little bit better, help me make some things work good, at least hopefully. But yeah, I think that's that all about do her for now, at least. Just going to continue to put some stuff away. I don't think you all want to hang out and watch the cleaning process, so I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here shortly. Just going to throw this towel down and do my little tuck in here. Like I said, I don't want moisture getting on the cast iron top. Put some screws and stuff away. Yeah, just going to do some quick cleanup, pull everything back into the garage, and then, Spike, my shop will look like what you're used to seeing, all freaking packed up and full, all kinds of BS in the way. Because I've got a drill press outside that I got to bring back in here, and along with some other stuff. So I got a handful of junk to bring in and some reorganizing to do here. But for now, nothing too bad here. So appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. And you all have yourselves a fan-freaking-tastic night. Thanks a lot, guys.